The civil war between Pompey and Julius Caesar, a conflict of legends. The Roman Republic was a land of shifting allegiances, where the thirst for power and the clash of mighty personalities often shook its foundations. Among the most significant of these clashes was the civil war between Gnaeus Pompeius Magnus, known as Pompey, and Julius Caesar, the general who would reshape Rome's destiny. Their conflict, fueled by ambition, rivalry, and betrayal, would not only change their lives but alter the future of Rome itself. The rise of Pompey and Caesar. Pompey, a military genius and the scourge of Rome's enemies, rose to power through his successful campaigns in the East. His victories over pirates and Mithridates of Pontus earned him the title Great and made him one of Rome's most celebrated generals. However, despite his prestige, Pompey lacked the political power he desired and thus sought to align himself with other powerful figures in Rome. Julius Caesar, on the other hand, was a rising star. A brilliant orator and tactician, Caesar's political acumen and military success, especially in Gaul, earned him the loyalty of his legions and the adoration of the Roman people. Unlike Pompey, Caesar's ambitions were not confined to Roman borders. His aim was nothing short of ruling the Roman world. In 60 BCE, these two men, along with Marcus Licinius Crassus, formed the First Triumvirate, a political alliance that would dominate Rome. However, their shared ambitions and differences would soon set them on a collision course. The breaking of the Triumvirate. As Caesar's power and influence grew, tensions between him and Pompey began to surface. Pompey, once Caesar's ally, became wary of his growing strength and influence. The death of Crassus in 53 BCE left Caesar and Pompey at odds. The Senate, leaning toward Pompey, saw Caesar as a threat to the Republic, and Pompey's support within the Senate grew. The turning point came in 49 BCE, when Caesar, defying the Senate's orders, crossed the Rubicon River with his army, famously declaring, "The die is cast." This act of defiance set in motion a chain of events that would lead to war. Pompey, feeling betrayed and fearing Caesar's power, gathered his forces to confront his former ally. The Civil War, Clash of Titans. What followed was a war of unmatched scale, a battle not just for supremacy, but for the soul of Rome itself. The two great generals faced off in a series of battles, with Caesar's military brilliance and the loyalty of his legions pitted against Pompey's strategic acumen and the Senate's support. The first major confrontation came at the Battle of Pharsalus in 48 BCE, where Caesar's forces decisively defeated Pompey's army. Despite his loss, Pompey fled to Egypt, hoping to secure an alliance with the ruling Ptolemaic dynasty. However, upon his arrival, he was betrayed and murdered by orders of the young pharaoh Ptolemy XIII. Caesar's victory and the fall of the Republic. With Pompey's death, Caesar emerged as the unrivaled leader of Rome. His victory, however, marked the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the imperial era. Caesar would soon declare himself dictator for life, leading to his assassination in 44 BCE at the hands of those who feared his absolute power. Pompey's death, once seen as the end of his dreams, paradoxically contributed to the rise of another. Caesar's reign, while short-lived, paved the way for the establishment of the Roman Empire under his adopted heir, Augustus. Legacy and reflection. The civil war between Pompey and Caesar was not just a battle for control. It was the death knell of the Roman Republic. The ideals of republicanism, of shared power and checks on authority, would crumble as the might of one man, Julius Caesar, gave rise to a new empire. Today, The conflict between Pompey and Caesar stands as a testament to the dangers of ambition, the fragility of alliances, and the irreversible consequences of civil war. It is a story of two men whose rivalry led to the transformation of a republic into an empire, forever altering the course of history.